Want to know how to get unlimited resources in the Division 2? Check this out. This is basically unlimited resources, and I'll be showing you how to get your resources overflowing like this step by step. How's it going, agents? Welcome back to another Division 2 video. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys the best way to stock up on resources. This includes electronics, carbon fiber, and any other crafting or optimization material resource. So whether you want to load up on resources in preparation for the New Year 6 content that's right around the corner, or if you simply just want to recalibrate or optimize your gear, doing this method will have you fully stocked up like a brand new department store on 5th Avenue. One thing to note is that while this resource farming method can technically be done at any watch level, I only recommend doing this if your watch level is about 1500 or higher. And I'll touch more on why that's the case later in the video, but since this method isn't new, there are slightly different ways that players are doing this. And out of all the players doing this, there are an even fewer number of players who are not fully getting the amount of resources you can attain doing this. This is because there is one important step that a lot of players miss out on, and I'll be revealing what that is later because it will make more sense once I explain to you how to do this method. Now, I'll be explaining this step by step, so try not to skip ahead so you don't miss out on any of the details that I'll be explaining. And this will ensure you get the most resources out of this. Also, before you get started with this, make sure you watch the video first because there is one tip that I will give you at the end to get the most amount of resources from this. Okay guys, so once you load up Division 2 and reach the character creation screen, this is where the journey to unlimited resource begins. So we will be leveling a Mule character. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically another character created for the means of farming currency, resources, or even for extra capacity. And we will be leveling this character to level 40 in the Warlords of New York expansion. Now this is why I mentioned earlier that I only recommend doing this if you have at least 1500 Shade Watch level, because honestly anything lower than that would be a complete waste of time. And if your watch level is lower than that, no worries at all, because I'll be showing you what you guys can do as a great alternative to farming resources later on, so stick around for that if you'd like to see. But anyway, when you're here, create a new character and select the Warlords of New York DLC. A lot of you guys have been asking to see a video of how I created my character, and I'll make a short on that in the future, but I want to keep this video short and you can just randomize your character since after we level this character up to 40 and collect our shit ton of resources, we will be deleting them. One thing to note is that once you've completed the short tutorial mission and made it to Haven in New York, you can actually pull up your map and call for backup. This is a great feature in Division 2 that gives players the option to receive help from others. And this is what I recommend doing if you don't have any friends or clan members available to help you. You can have someone join on you to help you unlock all the safe houses for you to collect your quest. This will save you the time and trouble of having to run to all of the safe houses. Okay, so someone just joined. So it looks like this person is level 32. Oh, and another thing that I should mention is that once someone does join in on you after you've called for backup, you will need to call for backup again if you would like to have a full group. Because once a player joins you, it will disable matchmaking. Once you have all of your main missions unlocked, you can matchmake to find a group to complete the missions quicker. Once you reach level 40, complete the Liberty Island mission and put an end to Aaron Keener, you should spawn at the Haven settlement after a shortcut scene. Now, pay close attention because this is where a lot of players mess up and miss out on extra resources. So here's the thing. Before fast traveling back to the base of operations in Washington, D.C. and speaking to Anaya by the crafting station to claim your shared account resources, go into your inventory and use the watch level points that you now have. So I'm going to use all these points up to demonstrate. Oh, and in case you guys didn't notice, it takes 200 points to max out your offensive, defensive, utility, and handling bonus attributes. So with that being said, and to give you a better understanding of how many points you can expect to have, all you need to do is minus 800 points from whatever level you are currently. The difference will be the amount of points you will be getting. So if your watch level is, let's say, 1000, you will only be getting 200 points doing this, right? And that isn't worth it, in my opinion at least. Okay, so once you've used up all your points, open up your map and fast travel to the White House in Washington, D.C. Once you're here, go over to the crafting station and speak to this lovely young lady, Inaya Al-Khalik. By speaking to her, you will be getting your shared account resources, which will basically add whatever resources you had on your main account to the resources you just acquired using your watch level points. So had you not used your points before collecting these shared account resources, you would have missed out on getting extra resources. A lot of players make the mistake of collecting their shared resources before spending their watch level points. Heck, I've made this same mistake too, so I get it. Okay, so there was one tip that I wanted to give you. It would be wise to spend any remaining watch level points you have on resources prior to doing this method. And if you can manage to have your resources fully max out before doing this, that is ideal. You will only be doubling your resources by doing that. Anyway, before I forget, I want to show you guys another great way of farming resources. So if you pull up the open world map and take a look over here, you can farm resources in this whole area. This area contains a ton of resource containers, both within and outside the sinkhole and solar farm control points. And there is something that you can do to be able to see the location of these containers through the wall that I'll be showing you in just a sec. Just keep in mind that these containers reset every 24 hours, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure resource crates reset once a day. So what you want to do is fast travel to a nearby area and make your way to these control points. So I'll fast travel to the ring safe house just to demonstrate this to you. So let's go ahead and conquer the sinkhole control point first. Now, as you're clearing these control points, you will come across quite a bit of resource containers. There will be a lot of containers both within the control point and in the immediate area. So once you've cleared and captured the control point, find the captain, which you can identify by the green star symbol above their head. Speak to them, and you will be required to donate food, water, and components in exchange for a brief period of being able to see container locations through walls. So it's actually called detection, and you don't have to donate everything, just donate until you unlock detection 2. Having this active will give you the ability to see resource containers and crates through walls within 20 meters for 10 minutes. So you will have 10 minutes to quickly scavenge the area and open as many of these resource containers as you can find. You will get a decent amount of materials doing this, especially from this solar farm and sinkhole control point area. Like, just from farming this area alone, you will be getting somewhere around 200 electronics, ceramics, and titanium, at least. Also, not to mention the dropped materials from various enemy factions, and depending on what enemy faction you are fighting will determine the dropped material, as you can see here, for example. The True Sun's enemy faction drops steel and carbon fiber, while the Hyena enemy faction drops polycarbonate and electronics, and the Outcast enemy faction drops ceramics and titanium. And I think the Black Tusk drops electronics, and you can also find a ton of resource containers underground, and a great spot for that is right over here. You can quickly farm the tunnel system down here near West Potomac Park and East Mall. So this is what I recommend you do if you have a low watch level, and also before creating your Mule character and starting the watch level method. That way you will have more resources in the end. Having a ton of resources is one thing, but don't forget the importance of attaining exotic components. Exotic components are by far the most valuable resource in the Division 2, and you will need quite a bit of them to upgrade your weapons and gear. So if you have spare time and would like to know the fastest way to farm them, then check out this video. I'll leave a link in the description and comment section. This is Prajna. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you've gotten some value from this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. Keep it cool, keep it classy, peace out, and see you in the next video. Bye, guys.